Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on CSS Overflow. And right now we'll be discussing about overflow along with the value of visible. By default, the overflow is visible, meaning that it is not clipped and it renders outside the elements box. So I'm going to show you how this works in easier way. You can use the overflow property when you want to have better control of the layout. The overflow property specifies what happens if content overflows an elements box. So let me show you how this works quickly. Right here, this is my document. I've already created all this. Previously, we've discussed about overflow property and how it works, and right now we want to use overflow of visible. So by default, right here I'm having two div elements. If you notice very well, we are having two boxes right here. I'm having one with background color of green and one with background color of white, like that. So let me show you. This one is the blue box, and the second one is the green box. So the one that is having the blue border right here, which is this one, that is having some text inside it. I'm going to show you where it is. It is right here at the bottom right here. I created a container div element, and also I now created two div element again. I gave this first one a blue box, the second one I gave it green box. So the green box is not having any content inside it. We can specify any content here. When we write all these jargons there, now I reload our document, you are going to see when I reload, it's going to appear here where it is green box, but I don't want any content there. That's just the reason why I leave it like that. But this second one, which is the first box, is the one that is having a lot of contents. And if you notice very well, this one is having content and is having this div element is having class of blue box. So when we get to the blue box right here, we gave it a property, we specify border, we gave it width and the height. We said we don't want the box to have more than this width, and we don't want it to have more than this height. So, and we control it, we gave it background, font family, font size also. And also right here, I want you now to notice one thing. I specify its position right here. If you have been following me along so far, we have discussed about this position in our CSS. You can check our CSS playlist. You can check our CSS position playlist to be able to follow along easily if you don't know how we specify a position. So this is a position is another playlist on its own. Right here we have discussed about this Z index also is another playlist. Also you can check our CSS Z index playlist also to be able to understand how we get this. So we did all this just to have something looking nice like this, just to have this type of box. But the main thing that we want to talk about is the text inside the box. The text, all this text you are seeing right here that is coming to this bottom here, is the one we want to control it. We don't want it to get outside of this blue box. So that's what we want to do. Now let me check the background color of this my box right here. Let's just give it a background color, but I will give it background color of blue so that it can be identical. And I'm going to reload before I reload my document, I'm going to give it a color of white so that the text can turn to white. So when I reload now, can you see now we are having this? But if you notice very well, we are not able to see the remaining text, which is long like this. So let me give it another color so that we can be able to see the remaining text. So I can just give it let me give it green, or let me give it green. Let me give it green, yellow, something like yellow. Maybe it's going to show, but it's not showing clearly. Let's bring it back to black level. Let's give it black. When we give it black color, and we can give it, we can leave it in blue, or we can give this, let's leave it in blue also. Let's leave it in black. Let's reload our document. Now we are having it like this. Can you see? So one thing we just want to do right here is that, let me control the background again. Let me give the background white, and let the border be identical. Let's give it 7 pixel solid. When I reload my document, now we are having 7 pixel solid, and we are having this background color of white, and also we are having the text inside it, which is black. Now I want to control all the text. I don't want the text to go beyond this box. That's the main benefit of using the overflow property. So right here now, by default, the overflow. Now let's specify overflow. I will come to the bottom of this place. After this set index, I can also even do it at the right here, at the top right here. I can just give it overflow property. When I specify overflow of feasible overflow, when I save my document and reload, you are going to see there won't be anything happens again with our document. It's just going to be at default, because by default the value of every element overflow is what? Feasible. Most of it, the value of it is feasible. Some may not be visible, but by default the value is feasible. The overflow value of this div element is what? Feasible. So in our next tutorial we are going to be discussing about more values you can specify here, that in a way that you can control this text, this long text. We don't want this text to go beyond this box. That's the benefits of using the overflow. So and we are going to be using overflow to control all the text and have something nice to work with. And what akorede ayofe is my name once again. I wish to see you guys next time to the next tutorial. Peace and love. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.